Okay, I think we're recording on both. Okay, here we are again on Saturday night Zoom, and we have special guest Kim with us today, and she wants to share her Master Fast experience. Um, Kim, you've been on the page quite a while, I believe. Is that right?
Year, something like a year.
Okay. Um, Maybe you want to share a little bit about your background, how you got into, different diets and so on and so forth, and how you found the Master Fast page, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, I actually come from not the standard American diet, not the standard European diet, but we actually ate quite healthy at home, meaning, of course, cooked food, but daily fresh cooked food. Um, I didn't know what was white sugar or white bread until I was in my, I don't know, until I was 10 or 11 years old, something like
Interesting.
that. Um, yeah, we used to eat a lot of fresh fruits, a lot of fresh vegetables. I didn't eat much meat or fish because I never liked it so much.
Hmm.
I actually didn't like chewing, so I didn't like chewing meat so much. So, but I don't know. When I look back at it now, I would say it was my own body saying that it's not something that I need. I never enjoyed eating meat that much,
So
but I did eat.
you grew up in Belgium, I think it was.
Yeah, I
Okay.
did. I did eat a lot of milk products, though, and I realize now that, of course, I got a lot of that from genetically from both my parents. Um, in my mother's mother, my grandmother from my mother's side died of cancer in her abdomen. It was already too far advanced to know where it started, but it could have been probably digestive system because she had weaknesses there during the war. And my father from my grandfather from my father's side, he died from cancer in the bowels, I think. He was very constipated. Sometimes he couldn't go more, in a week, not to the toilet.
Yeah.
So genetically, from both sides, there are weaknesses. My father also drank a lot of milk products. Both my parents have a lot of amalgam fillings in their mouths. So there was already some signals when I was young. Fortunate, I mean, maybe thank God that I ate kind of healthy, because if I would have eaten white bread and a lot of refined sugars and not fresh food, we never had a microwave in my parents' house. They still don't have a microwave. It's it doesn't happen much. People like that in that age that don't have microwaves. So actually I did quite good, but I had my polyps removed when I was about 10 years old, because probably I had a
Surgery?
lot of my tonsils. Yeah, surgery. I had my tonsils removed when I was around 10. I had my amandals, how you call it? No, tonsils, polyps. I had
Oh,
polyps removed. Yeah, I had polyps removed when I was around 10, and my tonsils removed when I was, I don't know, maybe 18. And of course, it's all signals that there is infection all over the place. Um, and I had a lot of amalgam fillings myself, which were removed unsafely about 8 years ago. Um, I started to have severe symptoms like more than 10 years ago, which only like um, 4 years ago were giving the name of fibromyalgia, which then I realized it just a name for a bunch of symptoms. I never agreed with it, but then you could say actually then my search started. There were signs before. When I was 20, they told me I had irritable bowel syndrome. Um, all kind of ways of the body saying something is, something need to be changed, but yeah.
Yeah, that they like to give us names, so they can, treat it with something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, something like 4 years ago, I started taking chlorella and spirulina. And I started to see a lot of mucus in my stool, which my house doctor just said that, you probably have some infection in your stomach, it will pass, but it never passed until I started looking on the internet for answers. And I first thought of candida, which most people have. And because I used to eat so much, a lot of sugar, this was my first thought. But after doing an elimination diet, for 5 months, I didn't have no sugar, like not even onion or carrots or anything. I did very good. I didn't have one episode of the tiredness feeling of the symptoms of fibromyalgia. But then it came again. I did have it again. So I knew it wasn't just candida. It was probably something else. And then I started doing salty water flushes. And then, of course, the first stuff started to come out. Drinking 1 liter of mineral water. Clean water with I think one or 2 teaspoons of salt, of sea salt. And then all this rope mucus started to come out, which then I didn't know what it was. It didn't look like a parasite. It really looked like a bunch of mucus. And I don't know. After I started doing enemas, lemon enemas, I think after 2 months or something, most of my fibromyalgia symptoms were leaving, and I started to regain, energy. Yeah.
Just from doing enemas.
Just from doing enemas, it was unbelievable until I started to read about the Gershon therapy, and then I started doing coffee enemas because I was also in the liver in the gallbladder flush group. I did 6 flushes, I think, but I don't know, I was kind of suspicious about it. I thought that if the Epsom salt is going to dilate or relax my tubes, I thought, I don't know, I didn't. My feeling said, I don't know, not to trust it, because I don't know, I just felt like maybe it's an opportunity for the mucus to go back deeper into the organs or something. I don't know. I haven't done any more flushes since then. So, and then I found the turpentine group through a mutual, through Stephanie. And then it gave options to new groups that she was in, like it gave options. And then I found the MasterFast system, and like many people say, I immediately recognized it as being the truth. I don't know, like I have it with a lot of things.
So how many years ago when did this all started, when you started to do these changes?
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years.
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago I started to do salty water flushes, and then it all happened. Actually it started from before I moved here. When I saw the mucus in my stool, first what I searched for was candida. And when I did that elimination diet for 5 months, I was okay until I get another episode, and then I thought it must be something else, and then I came with parasites. So in Belgium, you can just buy Vermox over the counter in the pharmacy. You don't need prescriptions for it. So I just bought a box of Vermox, which is, for parasites.
Is it pharmaceutical?
Yeah, it's pharmaceutical. There is another, you called it, I don't know, you call it differently, but Vermox is just the company name. It's just, not the company name. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah. So you grew up in Belgium, and then you're in Israel, right?
Yeah, my husband is Israeli.
How long ago did you move in Israel?
2 years ago.
Okay, actually, so that's basically when you started, when you moved.
Yes.
Okay.
So before we moved, I took like the strongest dose of this Vermox, which is written on the package. It's like two or three pills in the morning and the evening for 3 days. And when I did that, I don't know, I saw some like a dried up rainworm around my stool. And I was like, oh, what is this? I took it to my doctor. He said, whatever you had in your body, you killed it. But I read about tapeworms and I was concerned because in the past I ate a lot of raw meat when I was younger. And I was like, it doesn't say on the internet that it kills the tapeworm. Anyway, so he gave me 4 pills that you need to take in one time. Now, when I took it the day after or 2 days later, nothing happened. 3 weeks later, we moved. When we moved here, I start to have stomach, like what people sometimes say that you feel kicking of a baby. I don't know, I start to feel weird things in my belly. I really like weird things. And then I started with the salty water flushes. And when we rented this house from Belgium, we rented it through the internet. We never saw it when we arrived here. And little did I knew that I was going to need 6 to 8 lemons a day. So when we came here, we found a lemon tree in the back.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was being taken care of.
Nothing like lemons off a tree. When I was in Italy, I was eating the whole skin, everything. They were amazing. There's nothing like the lemons we get here in North America.
Yeah.
Toronto.
When I juice them, when I put them in the green juice, I juice them with the peel and everything. It's very powerful. Yeah. One day, it was also in between a master fast, I think. I was on a dry, and I actually was very thirsty, and I wanted to break my dry, but I wasn't at home. I was at somebody else's house, and she was making green juice. And I just thought to myself, I'm not going to drink a green juice, but I'll just I'll just juice the lemons with the peel and everything. And I drank 2 lemons like that. And half an hour later, when I came home, I had to lie down. I was like totally start to feel not good. I slept for 3 hours. And when I woke up, I don't know, so much mucus came out of my body, ochre color, like I had a clearance. I remember Fran posted one time a clearing of her. She didn't post a clearing, but she posted a post that she had this ochre colored stuff coming out. It's the liver and the gallbladder cleaning. It's bile. It's this bile that is coming out. It was unbelievable. And it was from drinking these 2 whole lemons with peel and everything.
We see all kinds of colors of people that are unloading. It's amazing what houses inside of our bodies. It's just, I stopped looking many years ago. I go, whatever, it doesn't matter anymore. Just keep cleaning.
Yeah, it's true. I'm also not taking pictures anymore, or it must be really something impressive. I just, yeah. The 20 days that I did, I actually wish that I continued because it was very, very powerful. I remember that it will take me a lot of energy to get back to that level. To that belief, and because it's like you are on a mission. I'm not saying I believe that it had to be like that. Yes. That I had to break it, and every master fast that I'm doing, I'm just following I'm following my own instincts all the time. Mm-hmm. So, sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, but even the good is for, even the bad is for good.
Yeah. So, okay, you did 20 days of the full master fast, and when was this?
Something like October, November.
Okay. And that was the first time you tested the waters with master fast? You decided to do it, okay. And then, so what did you experience in those 20 days?
The first 15 days, I felt the mucus daily running through my nose, through my throat, through my ears. Daily, I could feel it. It was very powerful. But after 15 days, it stopped. Daily, ropes coming out, unbelievable, green sludge. I had so much energy, and during that time we had holidays going on here that I had to cook for people, and I used to run around having so much energy. It's like you're on amphetamines. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's we get all different experiences. We have people that get all kinds of energy, feel really stable and everything. Then we have people that have a very hard time. We have everything in between. So it's it all depends what we're built of. Our ancestors, or genetics, or emotions. There's so much involved that people ask how they're trying to ask us what's going to happen. We have no clue. Jump in and find out.
Why did you stop the 20 days? Yeah.
Well, actually, because my parents were coming for a visit, and I haven't seen them over a year. And not fear, my mother, she's like, when she's, my mother is very much about food and health and everything. She's watching daily Dr. Oz. And he's not a bad guy. I mean, he will, I told you one time that she wrote to him about, the grape juice that you can write to these people, send them an email. So when she found that I was doing this, so she wrote him a letter, like, why nobody knows about it, about
Really? I don't remember that. Did you?
Yeah, I told you, don't be surprised, he'll invite you for his show.
I don't remember. I get so much. Did he respond?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think, and if he would respond, it's not him, it's the people that work for him. But I was actually not afraid. I wasn't afraid that she was going to be on me, but I didn't look forward to the nagging, because my mother can really, nag, it will drive you nuts. But later I regretted a little bit that I didn't continue, because they clearly saw the difference. They saw the difference in my energy levels. I mean, it was obvious to everybody. I mean, when in the worst periods that I suffered, like in the last months, I used to get episodes that in a whole week I couldn't leave the couch. I mean, I could just fold the laundry, fold the dishwasher, and that's it. I didn't have energy to do nothing. And I just had to sit it out until it would pass. I never took medication, thank God. But now it's okay.
So what have you been doing since you broke the fast, the full master fast? You've been jumping in and out?
Yes, I've been jumping in and out. I'm just listening to my body. Whenever I feel like I'm ready, I'll jump in for another one. And every master fast is a different, it's different. It's never is one the same. The first one, the second one, I started to experiment with the tinctures. And then it was hard for me to drink them. I didn't like it in the tea, and it was, and then the third one, I started to take them as shots, and I really start to enjoy them. Now I don't have a problem with drinking them. Don't have a problem at all. I just take whatever I feel like. The last one that I did, I actually filled up a bottle, like a 250 milliliter bottle from each 12 tinctures. I just put like a bottle, and I used to take a shot from that. But the one before, I was just listening, and I was just take like a schluck from the bottle. I would just take say, okay, now I need this, and I'm just taking a schluck from it whenever I felt like it. Like, I don't know, like my bowels need some support. Like a schluck from the bottle. But I don't know, I just feel like what's...
Did you take minimum the 4 as you're doing?
12.
Yeah. So you took them every day, but sometimes you took extra?
No, I took them every day, but like the second one, I drank them in the tea. And then the third one, I just took them in my window whenever I thought I felt like it. Like now I feel like I need to support this. But yeah, of course, in that time I took the basic 4. I didn't took them all 12.
Okay.
Maybe I did, but not each day.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then the last one, I put them all in a bottle, and then I just drank. I took a shot 2 times a day.
You became more organized, got into a routine, kind of, right? In the 30s.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not so organized. I mean, my house is very clean and organized, but inside of me, I'm not a mess. But this is probably why I like everything outside organized, because it's more difficult to keep yourself organized in your inside.
Oh yeah.
And I used to suffer very much from full moons and from new moons. It was very hard on me. I would feel it physically. I would like get crazy, really like crazy. Like you get when you get your period. I used to get really like crazy, and now I barely feel it. I don't have it anymore.
Interesting things happen in hospitals and COP with police and stuff on full moons all the time.
I can imagine. I see it on posts of people that I know that have kids with autism. They experience already 2-3 days before sleepless nights for a few days.
Yeah, it affects people. the energies of the planets, for sure. So what, any surprises that you've had during the first 20 days? Have you done any fasting prior to this, or is this all new to you?
No, it was all new to me. Whenever my husband is fasting, of course, for religious reasons, whenever he used to fast on Yom Kippur, I was all the time like, I cannot fast. I cannot. I used to go to sleep with a bottle of water next to my bed. I couldn't go to sleep if I didn't have a bottle of water next to my bed. I never drank much during the day. This is probably why sometimes when I woke up, I was drinking. So actually, all my life, I never liked drinking. I mean, I wasn't drinking much. So actually, I was dry fasting most of the time without knowing it, actually. My mother all the time had to tell me, you need to drink more. It's not good. You need to drink more. But I was never much thirsty. Funny, yeah. But
it's interesting, the water thing anyway, because we've been so ingrained through marketing that we need to drink so much water and this and that. And I went through the phase of drinking tons of water. It was just ludicrous being in the bathroom every half an hour or whatever, not so many times a day. And it just stressed the kidneys to oblivion drinking all that water. It's just ludicrous, the bull crap they put out, and we believe it. It's just completely opposite of what happens in nature. Animals in the wild, some of them drink more than others, but they don't do a lot of drinking.
I never liked the liquid in my body also, and I didn't like it. It gave me, I don't know, cannot explain it. I just don't like the feeling of it in my body. It's like it's just sitting there, and like you are walking and it goes glug, 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 glug.
There's a saying in Italian. Growing up, my parents used to say it all the time. The water goes in your back. Acqua va a spalle. Every time you would be drinking water, they would say that saying, because for them it's negative thing. And then after growing up years and years of being brainwashed, they're drinking water too. But that was the old saying that they carried through from their times. Water goes to your back, which it does. Your kidneys are handling the water. All those old sayings have some truth to them.
When I come to think about it, sorry.
Is it like lower back pain?
No, but your kidneys are the ones handling the water. It's just a saying. It's just a saying that they used. Every time they would see somebody drinking. This is when I was young, right? Now, like I said, after so out of the picture, that saying that every time I'm drinking water, don't drink too much, it goes to your back. So, but yeah, this, I firmly believe that the water actually aids in dehydrating us. It's funny, the more people drink, the more they get thirsty, and it's because they're not solving their what's it called? We can call it acidic situation, but I don't like to use that word. I'm trying to go away from it. It's the state of imbalance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about what you eat. If you eat something that's hydrating, you will never be thirsty. I mean, ask all raw fooders. They will say that I want to drink because I believe I need
No, there's
to
raw
drink.
foodists out there, you know, teaching drink so
No,
much
no,
water.
no. I'm not saying that, but ask them how they feel. I used to do raw foods and I used to drink lots of water because I believed I need water.
Hmm.
But if you ask them, are you thirsty? Everybody will say no, because you cannot be thirsty with all these fruits and vegetables. You cannot. There's absolutely no way.
Well,
Unless you're eating lot salt and fat. Yeah, like high salt and high fat in your raw foods.
even the proteins, because
And the protein.
they build a fire.
Raw usually not much protein. You know.
Well, if they're doing a lot of greens and stuff, seeds and nuts, you get that. But the hydrating thing is one of the main issues of why so many people are sick, because it goes hand in hand with that so-called acidic condition, and we need to clean out the fire to one sense, and the best way to clean it out is with more fire. You know, opposite of what we've been told. Not dry fasting, burn it out. But you know, it's I like to use the word balance. Keep it very simple. Balance and imbalance. It's because the acid alkaline chemistry theory is just that. It's just a theory that man came up with because of them looking at matter state window, which is that. They're not looking at anything else when they're looking at that chemistry theory. And it's not something that we can say has a total truth. It has some truth, but it's just the effect of what actually is happening. So, you know, when we're dry fasting, which is the only true fast. I was speaking with Gevaert yesterday, and it's the only true fast is a dry fast. There's not everything else they talk about is not fasting. Whether it's water, whether it's juice, whether it's whatever. A true fast is a dry fast. We call them fasts, but the true fast is dry fast. And this is the magic of where all the real deep healing happens in the dry. That's why we have the schedules of dry. We need to keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And what that causes is the body to start hydrating itself. It's very interesting. I was practicing some qigong stuff on my last dry fast, 7 days, and you're basically concentrating on your chakras in a sequence. And my mouth was just getting filled with moisture. My body was producing tons of moisture. So you know,
It's amazing.
you can hydrate with absolutely nothing.
And boteko as well. When you do boteko, you get water in your mouth.
Yeah, well, you're building up the CO2, which is one of the key ingredients that we need to create whatever we need in our body.
I never broke one dry fast because I was thirsty. Not one. Not thirsty, not hungry. The problem with me is that I'm so used to doing so many enemas a day that I mean, when I feel something, so it's like I wanna do an enema to take it out. So I dropped the treatment-based thinking. I mean, I'm not after killing anymore like I was more than a year ago. But it's difficult for me to resist this feeling. And
I remember.
Yeah, it's true. It's all about letting go. And I wanted also to say something about that. This is really what's making us sick. The fact that we are holding on to everything, that we are holding on to anger and to thoughts and to just today in the noontime I tried to take a nap. I tried to sleep, and I was actually, I fell asleep, but my daughter, she was making a lot of noise. And I got out of bed, and I was still half asleep, but I got out of bed and I got so angry with my husband. I wasn't angry because she woke me up. I was like more angry because he didn't make them be quiet. You know what I mean? Like you really need to, watch yourself all the time to keep all those impulses in control. Like it's a constant work.
Yeah, well, once you make your commitment and you're focusing on your goals, that's the direction we move. Then everything else is whatever it is, just an experience and helps us get there.
But you know what? It's a good thing that you are observing it. That's the start. That you're observing and you want to change it. I mean, this is amazing because you're realizing that this is something you want to change. That's the
Yes.
start.
I know very good how it needs to be done, but to actually make it 100% work, it's a lot of work, yes, a lot of time. But I can clearly say that since I started master fasting, I'm already a way better version of myself.
Yeah.
How long was your longest dry fast?
My longest dry fast was something above 40 hours. I don't remember exactly how much.
Is that on the master fast or after?
That was actually on the master fast. I did 40 hours, and that day started Yom Kippur, which is a national. I mean, like for every Jew, even non-religious, to fast, and that would start like I don't remember 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, and I never did longer than 40. So I actually broke it like 2 hours or 3 hours before my husband would start, just to, I don't know why I did it. I should have just continued. It was like, maybe, you're getting into unknown waters, and maybe I thought it's too long to do it until the next day, 6 o'clock. So I just stopped. I rehydrated for 2 or 3 hours, and I jumped in for another 24, which probably I could have done easily to the next day. But it's like, unknown waters. But I definitely would want to push to longer. I can do it, I know that, but
yeah, with practice, this is how it's done. We've learned a lot in the last 2.5 years of people jumping in master fast, and I really wouldn't recommend anybody going more than 5 days on master fast anymore.
Dry.
Dry fast, unless they're really, really experienced and really, really clean diet. And still then, on master fast, it's just it's so powerful. We like to recommend people, after they break their master fast and regrounded themselves and start eating again after a month or two, then start really going and allowing the long dries. When you're eating, you'll have more confidence and you'll be able to go longer. This is the way we're restructuring because of what we've learned on master fast. The daily, the weekly, 24, 36. Some people might do 2 days a week if they're really experienced in it, and it's hard. I've done 3 days and it's tough on master fast. And the monthly 3 days, and then on the season change, you try and go for that 5 days, but it's tough. I did a 5 day on master fast. I did a 5 day. It was tough.
Not for inexperienced
people. But
no.
Like if you're a little bit experienced in, like, clean eating, you have fasting experience. I like to give people the option of starting their master fast with a dry fast, and go as long as you can at the beginning. But after that, stick to this basic low schedule. That's how I started in Italy. I did 12 days, and I continued for 42 days, and 26 of them were dry. I would have went longer, but I got bitten by a dog and kind of changed my state for that day to break the fast. But it was interesting.
It was actually a reason for me. It's every time I have something that's going on, I'm starting a dry fast just to speed up the recovery process or whatever is going on. To actually, it was a very weird thing going on with my teeth. You say, I mean, it's spoken about a lot of times that when you are, on the master fast, that teeth sometimes come out by themselves, but I don't think that's an option for root canal teeth because they are dead, so they are actually stuck with the bones still in the.
A couple of people had their root canal teeth loosened up.
Really?
Yeah, because it's tissue. The body is trying to push it out.
Yeah, so this is what happened. It did came loose. I felt after I did after I don't know, let's say 2 months ago, I started to have pain. I mean, not pain. I started to have like, an annoying feeling. I had 3 root canals. I had 2 here and I have another one here. And it's like, it started to be, annoying, not painful, but like, ooh, like yeah. I wanted them out. And so I wanted them out already a long time ago, but I just, lingered because what you'll put instead, I'll have big gap there. So anyway, in the end, I decided now is the time I'll have them pulled out. And it was actually his wife. Normally I'm going to this man, but his wife, he wasn't available. So I went to his wife. And so when I came there, I knew that these were 2 root canals. So I told her, look, they are not happy here to take out root canals, okay? It's like they will do it only if there is no other option. So anyway, I'm very, confident and I'm saying I want them out. So I'm saying like, there are 2 root canals, I want you to take them out. And she's like, what, 2 in the price of 1? Like because I want them out together. And I'm like, I'm saying, no, I just want them out together. Why I was just thinking about anesthesia. I don't want to, again, and I said, can I have it without anesthesia? So she's like, you have a death wish or something? And I said, no, I'm serious. So she said, no, I'm not going to do it without anesthesia.
I had one of my friends pull out one of my wisdom teeth with a vice grip.
Why?
It was a little bit loose, and I go, I got to get it out. And now I got one more wisdom tooth, and I think that one's got to come out. It's because one of mine was so crooked, I could never clean it properly. This one's crooked too, but this one was really bad, so that one's gone. Just gone. Saved myself a few $100.
So anyway, so she said she took a picture, just like one picture of the tooth. She said, no, the next one next to it is not a root canal. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to get into a discussion. I didn't brought the big picture with me. So anyway, she pulled it out. It didn't come out in one time. It broke apart. And like 2 days later, I saw that in between the cheek and my gums, there was like a whole gap, like a whole wound. And I was like, what happened there? I didn't felt her damaging my gums or something like that. So anyway, I went back and I could also feel with my tongue like a hard something still in the tooth. And I was like, she left a piece of the tooth. And like she said, no, it's not a piece of the tooth. It's a piece of your jawbone. And I was like, okay. I mean, if she's the dentist, I'm not going to, to argue. So anyway, she left it like that. And a week later, I start to really have pain. And then her husband had a look at it. And he told me, no, it's too much open. It's too much open. And he want to close it. You want to put some, I don't know, something that produces the production of bone or something on it. I don't know. Anyway, I told him, I don't mind. You can close it, but first you're going to take out the other tooth next to it because it was starting to be very painful and it was like getting in, like in infection all the time. Okay, so that happened, and then he closed it. He took out the other tooth and he closed, like I show you a picture with the, with the stitches. Like he closed it all. And then it kept on opening and closing every time, like opening and closing, opening and closing. I didn't understood it. And so I went back. Every week he wanted to see me. So I went back and I'm sitting in his waiting room and I'm going with my tongue like that. And I started then swirling with this hydrogen peroxide. And I did it together with my girlfriend. And she said, I'm doing it every evening. And my mother, she did for 20 years. She don't have dental problems. And like, she's spitting out what she had in her mouth, and she had a little bit of foam. I'm opening my mouth like, you know, like a washing machine that you put too much soap inside. Foam was coming out of my ears almost. Still now when I'm putting it, so much foam in my mouth, crazy. Anyway, so I'm sitting in his waiting room and I'm going with my tongue like that, and it opened again, and I'm feeling with my tongue this hard thing again. And suddenly it's coming out, and I'm like, so he didn't agree. I mean, he didn't said it with words, but of course it was a piece of tooth. And of course it's the piece of tooth that his wife left there. And this was the reason why it kept on infecting. You know, who can you trust? You're going to a dentist. I mean, I need to say exactly what they need to do. Crazy. So now he knows that I know what's going on. So he's just listening to me.
So they were both root canals?
They were both root canals, of course. And the reason why it got infected in the first place, because she left a piece of tooth in there. And then the second time when he took out the other one and they closed it, it was because the mucus didn't have the way to come out. Crazy. So, and then I was on a short master fast. I did, I think 8 days or something like that. I had to stop because I had to take painkillers. I had such a massive headache that you feel like you want to bang your head through the window because of this. They closed it. So it was just, you know, the mucus didn't come out. And now it's still opening and closing, opening and closing, and it's crazy.
So did they pull it out with anesthesia, or you didn't do it?
Yeah, with anesthesia, and there was no option. But I really, for 3 weeks, I had my fibromyalgia symptoms come back. I didn't have energy, pain in my muscles. Yeah.
Is it healed now completely?
It's healed. It looks closed, but it's very weird when I feel when I go with my tongue on the wound, although the wound is closed, and also here I have a tooth missing, and also here, which is already longer, it sometimes feels very acidic. Like, although it's closed, I'm sure that there is still.
Can you feel a little bit of inflammation?
I know that there is still stuff coming out. Yeah, I have one root canal left. I think it's down here, and I'm sure that after that I won't have mucus in my head anymore. I truly believe that people have root canals. When you have a root canal, the tooth is dead because they took out the nerves. They can never, if they cannot make an ER 100% germ free. So believe me, they cannot clean these root canals totally.
So also, I used to have a root canal, and I got it out maybe 3 years ago. And it's completely, everything is fine now. The thing closed and everything is fine. I think, yeah, it takes a little while for the body to completely, so this is on the outside, but the inside also, the lymphatic system and all that stuff, it will get drained as well through different elimination organs. So not just through the mouth, I believe.
So you had the tooth removed, or you still have it?
No, I had it removed about 3 years ago.
Ah, wow, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. But you can imagine the tooth is dead, so the body wants to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And because it's dead, the gums are not on it anymore like with a live tooth. So whenever you are eating, bacteria are just going inside in the gums. They are going inside in the gums, inside in the, through the, I don't know, whatever. And I'm sure that within 10 years, they will find the link with root canal teeth and people with Alzheimer and Parkinson.
Oh, they have. There's already links of all kinds of issues from root canals.
Cancer is when about 100 years ago, I think, Dr. Price, isn't it?
No, there was somebody else. He was implanting the root canal teeth in rabbits, and the rabbits got the same disease the person had with the root canal.
Wow.
I can't remember the name. If you do a search, you can find it. What does Sandy write? Every dentist we know, except a biological dentist that did our revision, is either an alcoholic or they are mad hatter or hater crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, just imagine they are exposed to so much mercury every day. It's crazy. Did you
Yeah.
ever see this movie, the Beautiful Truth? Did you see it? They film a tooth with an amalgam filling that was taken out 15 years prior, and they measure the mercury that is still evaporating from this tooth.
Yeah.
15 years later, they said that if this amount is measured in a factory, they will close the factory down. So can you imagine when you're standing in an elevator with the 10 people that at least have 3 amalgam fillings in their mouth? It's crazy.
It's a mercury poisoning disease, is what she mentioned. Yeah, for sure. These guys are working around that all the time. Dentist is one of the highest suicide rate professions,
Wow.
from my understanding, I believe.
Or they're alcoholics.
So yeah, it's
I mean,
you're
yeah, I
around that.
think biological dentist, definitely. If you want to go, just, make sure it's as clean as possible. He has an understanding of what's going on. Even if he doesn't believe in everything, like my dentist is biological right now. He still has root canals, and he doesn't want to remove them.
Yeah, they don't
But
bother
he
you.
removed mine, so he's open-minded and he understands and he knows the whole history. So he did.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah, the thing about if you're going to a dentist and you want to avoid anesthesia, go to the dentist on your 3rd or 4th day dry fast. You won't feel the pain. You'll be able to tolerate a lot more pain. And then, dry it out and you'll heal much quicker.
I don't think that I'll put something instead. I don't know. I like very much to be on liquids. I can imagine myself being a breatharian. I mean, it would be ideal, but it's very far in the future because I still have a lot of blockages to clear out. But I can see myself being liquidarian. So
yeah, and the emotions too, right? Our attachment to the food is not just physical.
Yeah. But I'm actually doing very fine with that. The first round of Master Fast, I still had a lot of cravings. The second time also, but like I said, every time cleared out something else. And I basically don't have cravings anymore.
Amazing.
I don't have cravings anymore. I'm eating mostly, when I'm eating now, mainly, well, I've been on liquids for almost a month in all this time procedure with my teeth. I've been on liquids. I mean, I've been blending my fruits because I couldn't chew them, so I was blending it, and not drinking them, but like making it go around in my mouth, like if I would chew it myself. And it's awesome. It's amazing.
So that's more like smoothies, right?
Smoothies, yes, but mainly yellow melon and watermelon, yes, not bananas and not thick things, liquids. But yeah, I like my juice very much, my grape juice with my lemon. I love it. I just love it. And that I wanted to say also, the first Master Fest that I did, you feel very much high, like on a high. You can I felt actually connected like that with nature also, like on a high. It's like you feel the earth breathing like that, like, I don't know, I cannot explain it. You feel the trees, you feel everything alive.
Yeah, well, this is where we have so many people on their 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th Master Fast or more. Because once you've tasted that feeling, food, it opens up so much how much of an illusion it really is. It's just numbing to every degree. Fruit is the least numbing, still numbing. If you overeat fruit, you're going to be numbed out. And then you go down the road from there. The further away you go from fruit, the more numbing it is, into the heavier foods and the animal products and so on and so forth. Protein,
Totally.
fats, it's very, very numbing.
Totally.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people ask it, you know, how to break their fast.
Well, that's
I agree. When you want to break your fast and your digestion, you never had problems before, so you're totally right. You can eat fruits, but when you are on the master fast high, yes, and it's not about breaking it, but when you are starting to eat, it's like going down a few steps from the ladder of heaven. Okay, when you are drinking juices, you're still high. You still have this connection going on, and the more when you start to eat fruit, it will go less. When you start to eat greens, it's like it's almost gone. But when you drink green juices, you still have this connection. There, it's still there.
Yeah, juice is okay, but I would say maybe smoothies will slow you down.
Yeah, of course.
No, it's food.
Yeah, the greens take you down a little bit more than the fruit juices and fruit, but for me anyway, even though they're green juices, I can feel my body needs work to process it versus fruit. It's easier for me to process eating fruit than it is a green juice for my body.
Yeah.
But you know, it's much easier drinking the green juice than eating the greens for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. What do we have here? Nathan, have so much mercury in my mouth, about 9 fillings. I'm hoping some will fall out when I start master fast. Either way, we gotta save to get them taken out. Not sure what that'll cost. Well, one thing I suggest for people with amalgams in their mouth, if they have a lot or whatever, do a muscle test. It's a simple muscle test. You get a chopstick or something, and have somebody do it for you. So you know you test your arm for strength. There's ways how to do it on the internet. It's very simple. And the other person will touch each of your amalgam tooth fillings. And the ones that you test very weak, have those removed first. My mother was complaining about a few years ago. She was complaining about her knee and her knee and her knee. It went on for a couple of years, and I'm going, you know what? Let me test her teeth. I know she had amalgam fillings. So I tested her teeth, and there was 2 that she's tested really weak. So right away we made an appointment with a biological dentist, and we had them replaced. And she never complained about her knee after that. And I stopped asking.
Mercury?
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if you're gonna do that, at least do the ones you test weak on. And then, you know, don't worry about the other ones. If they fall out, if they're small ones and they fall out, leave them open. Leave them open. See how it goes. You never know. Some people could regenerate, easier than others. I'd give it a chance. Like I had all my mercury fillings done in grade school. They used to have free dental care in our grade school when it was grade 1, 2, and up to 3, I think it was. And everybody was getting fillings. It was free.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, no parents there, no nothing. They're just, yeah, you got cavities, we got drill. So I got all my 5 done in grade school, and I never got any more after that. I had to get them all replaced. When did I do I started replacing them after 1990. Early 1990, I started getting them all replaced. One of them, they want to do a root canal. It was filled maybe 2-3 times, and they said, "Oh, we have to do a root canal." I go, "Nope. I want to fill it." "No, we can't." And then she agreed, the dentist, to do a cap, and I still got the tooth. So don't believe the dentists or doctors or anybody with a white jacket has all the answers. Go by your intuition, and sometimes, you know, ask other people's questions and look to nature and the universe for your answers, because nobody has all the answers. And you know, I still have this tooth. I'm just giving you an example where somebody would have done a root canal, the tooth is gone, or pulled it out, or whatever. You know, there's all kinds of options out there. Everything is possible. Your wish is your command, as I keep saying. You know,
And
create reality.
especially if you have weaknesses, and you like sometimes I get a weakness on the tooth before the one that was removed here, and it's starting to respond to, let's say, if I'm eating a sweet date, so it responds to that. Since I started swirling with the hydrogen peroxide, it's gone.
After my high
Totally
fat,
gone.
yeah, after my high fat experience, which I've mentioned a lot of times, um, if I get into some fats now and I overdo it a little bit, I'll feel my teeth. That's how clogging fats are. It just completely, plugs. I'm very sensitive to fats these days. I have to really keep it to a minimal or nothing at all is best. And it's not the sugars. It's not the fruit sugar. It's the stagnation of the lymphatic system which causes all the problems. It's our energy system, it's our sewer system, it's whatever system you want to call it. But it's definitely the key factor because it doesn't have any continual motion, and anything that's obstructive slows it down very quickly, very quickly. Especially if you don't have strong genes, you'll be even more subject to those uh, that system backing up. And this is where we see it all the time. We have people, their teeth are improving on massive fast. Then we have people are complaining. Some people, their teeth are turning to chalk. What's the difference? The system's the same. It's not the juice. It's the system. What are you built of? What's your genetics? What's your emotion? There's so much going on. We it's sad, but once if your body's built on poor materials, it's first things usually to go are the teeth area. I destroyed my teeth with fats, not sweet fruit, guys. I completely lost all my enamel on the fats, and now my teeth, they don't bother me anymore, which is a great thing. Before they were always hurting and bleeding like crazy. So I've been able to reverse some of the damage that I've done. But, you just got to keep going, keep cleansing, and everything will resolve itself if that's your goal.
I just thought of I just thought of something funny a few days ago, because we all have this thing in our body that is sometimes responding when we are eating something that is not good, or we get bloated or whatever. And I just thought of, I spoke with you about it, that I sometimes think that whatever is in our body, that it needs to be there in a balance. So I just came to the idea that I'm sure that you all know the Flintstones, yes? The Flintstones. Mm-hmm. So in the kitchen, the one that is doing the dishes, they have like this, the one in the garbage, they have all these kind of things that are, he's eating the garbage and he's licking the dishes and he's doing all these things. So maybe there need to be something in our stomachs that is actually, this is what is digesting our food. you understand? There actually need to be one to digest the food. It's not our stomach. This is actually need to digest the food. So
yeah,
but it need to be there in a balance. When the body is out of balance, so maybe you get a lot more of them, and then you start to feel sick. Because it's funny that only the people that are cleaning out their bodies and that are eating healthy, they are starting to feel it. Like, when you don't give it what it wants, so it's starting to make problems. If you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So the other people, they don't feel nothing. They don't, of course they have bloating, and they have smelly farts, and they have acid burn, and they have symptoms of a clogged up body. But except for that, they don't have any of the other symptoms. You know what I mean? Until they start to detox, and then suddenly they start to see things in the toilet, and they start to feel things in their bellies, It's
yeah,
like,
but still, I think I would say digestion or digestive issues are the whole digestive system is much happier on the massive fast for me, for example, compared to eating.
Yeah, totally, because we started cleaning out already. But a lot of people in the beginning, they will become very sick in the beginning. Yeah. When people that eat normally, they will go on a fruit diet, they will be very sick.
Yeah. So I guess eventually, really, it's best to be clean if you are going to feel much better eventually, right? Than to be eating and feeling bloated all the time. We all felt bloated.
Yeah,
before.
Definitely. Definitely.
I used to go to the doctor and I told him, I'm so bloated. I have so much gas. I don't know what to do. He's like, you just. just go home. And but it was like really strange, and I think I did abdominal ultrasound because we didn't know what's going on, you know.
Yeah.
But he had no answer, of course. That was maybe 6-7 years ago. It's just amazing. And then when I did the raw food, then things started coming out non-stop, you know. And at the beginning was lots of, you know, gas, but after that, after a few months, it became much more balanced and much easier. Of course, it all depends how we eat raw food as well.
Totally.
Did your husband do the fast?
He did actually do 3 days,
Oh,
and he said actually, you know, yeah, I'm going to do it more, but he didn't do it more. But actually, it's very interesting because he's like a few steps behind me. When I started out, like almost 2 years ago, when I spoke to him about enemas, he was like, you know, now he's asking me sometimes, you want to do an enema? He's not doing it on a week, on a daily basis or something, but once a week he's coming to ask me, you know, prepare me an enema. And during the week, he's only living on green juices. He's drinking herbal teas, and he's eating raw salads and fruits. That's it. He's not eating bread anymore, not eating rice, not eating meat. Only in Shabbat, he's eating a very small piece of bread, the amount that he needs to eat by by laws, to be able to bless the meal.
You mentioned he does fasting for religious purpose. What kind of fasting?
Like 24 hours fast. Dry, yeah. Yom Kippur is like dry. You cannot brush your teeth, you cannot take a shower, you cannot wash, you can only wash your hands like a certain limit, because if you go to the toilet, you must wash your hands for, hygienic reasons. But he doesn't have a problem with fasting, never. He always took care of the kids, and I was always like, I cannot do that, I cannot fast until I start with the master fast, and like it came from another angle, not like I must do it. I mean, I wanted to do it. So and then it just opened all my, everything. How this illusion of water and food. I mean, here I didn't drink water except for herbal teas. I didn't drink water. I don't know. I think maybe since October, since I started MasterFast, I didn't drink water.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
How is your dry fasting now? Are you still dry fasting weekly?
I'm doing now my weekly dry fast. It's amazing how my body is. I can immediately feel it on my skin. How I like how smooth my skin comes, and I feel very clear in my mind, and everything changed. I can have long conversations with my husband in the evening without, that after a few seconds you need to do like that, like you're still here, like you can see on my eyes that I'm like he's losing me in the conversation. So now I don't have a problem with that. I don't have brain fog. I can focus. I can my memory is good. Everything. I don't have skin issues. I might have a little bit still cracked heels, but I know that I still have a lot of mucus to clean out. So
yeah, I'm just got to keep working at it. Keep focusing, and this is the key. Just keep going. Plan your next one and your next one. Break, eat, break, breathe, break, eat, and the more we do that, the more we'll love fasting, and the better the results, and the less we're going to be eating overall. And
yeah, I'm losing the thing with eating, and I like I said, I'm eating sometimes with my husband. It's more like of a social thing, like sitting together, like when you are eating on Sunday, with your family, but not because I'm hungry, or definitely no cravings. Since I started using turpentine, I don't have cravings whatsoever. Gone.
You're doing turpentine. Did you do that on the MasterFast?
I did that not on my first MasterFast. I got my first turpentine only in the end of November after I broke it, and then I started experimenting with it. And now I'm taking it almost daily. I'm putting it in capsules, because although I have a turpentine mixture herbalist friend in Antwerp made it to me. It's turpentine mixed already with tincture, with the, with the tinctures. I mean essential oils, sorry, not tinctures. It's mixed with essential oils, maybe at least 10 different essential oils, and also echinacea. And this, I can actually take it on a teaspoon and just take it like that. It's really nice. It's a really nice, it's like a coughing syrup kind of course not sweet, but like, like, how you say, like a thyme kind of syrup like that. But the other turpentine, the Diamond G, I must put it in capsules. I hate the taste. I used to take it with date syrup, but then after some time I started to dislike the date syrup, and I really love it. So I just I must stop it before I don't like it anymore. So I'm just filling up 2 big capsules, and I take it with whatever, sometimes with the herbal tea, sometimes with my grape juice. And yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Sometimes you get terp burps, but not always. Not always.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's more than 1 teaspoon a day. I'm not I'm not doing crazy stuff with that.
Well, yeah, Dr. Daniel's recommendations. She's the guru on turpentine.
I'm not going to put sugar in my body. No way.
No. Her schedule is the amount is 4 days in a row, 1 teaspoon the first week, and then 2 days the weeks after as a maintenance. That's all she recommends.
Yeah.
She doesn't recommend daily. It's also basically essential oil of the pine tree, the Christmas tree, spruce tree, and so it's just another powerful herb. I've mentioned many times. My herbalist friend for many years used cough syrup, lung tonic remedy made from spruce tree buds, which is the same tree that they make the turpentine from, and it's very similar in smell and taste. But we make it with honey, so it's a very nice, pleasant. And I've seen people stop coughing walking into a store that were coughing, and he gave it to them. I've seen them stop coughing almost immediately when he would get this.
It's amazing.
So it's
the reason why I jumped in my first master fast, because I was having severe stomach pains. And now I know that it's mucus. It's when this colony of mucus, when it's in or pressing against my stomach, if it's in the duodenum, pressing against my stomach, sometimes I have it and I'm taking turpentine and it's going away instantly. And I hear blub, 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 and it's gone. It's out of my stomach. It's crazy.
I like using oils externally better than internally. That's their purpose. Because going through digestion is one thing, and external it's another. Like the castor oil, that we use externally and stuff. But externally, if somebody's got a cough, you rub it on their chest. It's very, very therapeutic for that, and many, many other things. If you have any pains, issues, muscles. Yeah. You can rub it in.
Back pain, you rub it and it's gone. The back pain is gone.
You can mix it with some castor oil, about half and half, and you just rub it in. It's very, very nice for that.
Don't put it in your ears, though.
I have.
I did also. I mean, I did already for a very long time, just put a little bit on my pinky and then rub it in like that, until, I don't know, my intuition told me, just take an ear cotton like that and just drip some inside, and
That's great.
I don't know if it was a drop, but I felt it going in, and I felt the burning feeling going in and deeper until I was going like that. Like my kids were asleep and my husband was looking at me like, do we need to go to the hospital or something? And I was like, I didn't know where I had it, because I felt it burning in my limbs here. It was burning until here.
You don't want to be doing it straight. You didn't dilute it with castor oil or anything?
No, and then I went to the sink. I went to the sink and I put water inside, and I had this small enema pump. It's like a small pump like that, I don't know how it's called. Right. So I tried to suck it back out, and that didn't work also. And then I thought I was stupid that I put water inside, because oil is not blending with water. And then after that came out, I put some olive oil inside, and then it started to feel a little bit better. And I told my husband, I was lying on bed here, like I was really not feeling well. And I told my husband, quickly make me the pudding, you know, the pudding that, I don't know, it would absorb it somehow. And then, and then I think it was, I think it was close to, I don't know, my labor pains from my children. I have a quite high pain resistance, but I did suffer for about an hour. And only after that, I could start to think about going to sleep. Really, it was, but yeah, it's an experience, you know, experiment. I will never do it again.
Yeah, you know, this is, you know, the killing mentality, you know, kill everything, you know, slow, easy,
No,
steady.
it wasn't to kill. It's just, I don't know, sometimes I have these things like what I said, I follow my intuition. My intuition say, try it, you know, try new things. Also, I was a very big, I would say, believer of cannabis oil. In circumstances, I thought, like, you know, people need to have it. Like, if they are really in pain, they need to have access to it. Like, until I last week I had an opportunity to try it. I mean, I'm not for recreational drugs. I did that in the past. I experimented a little bit, but I try to keep my head here. So anyway, this woman, she also has fibromyalgia. And she said that she's taking 1 or 2 drops, and I thought, okay, I thought to myself, let's try it, you know, let's see what it does. I took 4 drops, and it's not something that people need to have access to, I think. I mean, you know, like like what I thought that people, you know, that they need to be able to have access to it, I no longer agree to that, because it's something very powerful. It's yeah, it's
So
shouldn't be taken.
what happened when you took it?
What happened? I don't know. You could compare it like I don't know, like eating space cake, like eating a cake with some, you know, with marijuana in it. But the thing is that, and that was actually, you know, something that I really felt very. Like you are very, like on the Masterfest, that you're very much aware of everything. So you could compare it to that. My thoughts were here, but like I was very much aware of things, and I was very much aware of how the body constantly is trying to put balance, like what you say when on the Masterfest, but really with everything, with every single thing, with being good and bad, with being right and being deceiving, but you know what I mean? With everything, I could really feel that, like my body's constantly doing click, 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 trying to keep the balance with everything. It's yeah, it was yeah, very. Our bodies are amazing, amazing.
Yeah, it's got all the information it needs. The only thing is you got to stop eating.
Yeah, stop eating, exactly. I do believe that we don't need food. I do believe that when we clear out all the blockages, whether it's psychological, physical, emotional, we can truly live just without nothing.
Yeah, we got some questions here. Let me see here. Cynthia, hey Cynthia, can you talk about hair loss? I've been losing hair after the Masterfest. Okay, hair loss. Yeah, we get some people losing hair. Michelle was a perfect example. She's been through a lot. She was one of the first that started contacting me about her hair loss. And I says, you know, don't worry about it. Continue what you're doing and check your scalp for new growth. And time went on, and she says, oh yeah, I've seen new growth. And all of her hair pretty much fell out. She has a picture of all in a plastic bag of all her hair that fell out, a lot of it. And now her hair is completely rejuvenated, full, beautiful growth. Michelle's done two 108-day master fast. One early this year and one the year before. And she's resolved so many issues. Huge list. One day, hopefully she'll share. Yeah, there's a few people that start losing hair once they start going back to food. If you start getting into the fats, because the body is in the first phase metamorphosis, I like to call it, is the actual fast. And then we have to continue into the second phase metamorphosis. The first phase, we got a lot of cleaning happening, and there's still healing and things going on. But when we start going, we break it and we get into the eating, that's when the body starts building and start correcting, and a lot of things start happening on that second phase. And that's why we need to be very careful how we break the fast for at least as long as the fast. And it carries on even longer than that if you stay eating clean. And, if you want to up your green intake, some green juices, green powders and stuff like that, wheatgrass shots, you may see that helps you, but you got to understand, these are not solving the issues. The issues always go back to obstructions. Always, 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 from head to toe, whatever, including your GI tract, lymphatic, organs, and glands, which control everything. Once we clear out those obstructions, everything starts correcting itself. It's really that simple, Cynthia. So we just have to stay focused and continue doing what you're doing. Keep the faith, keep the patience, keep the trust. Check your scalp for new hair growth. Another good thing for using wheatgrass besides drinking, or barley grass or wild grass, all the grasses are very, very powerful. I've seen very nice things happen with grasses and poultices and enemas and so on and so forth, and plants. But also you can use it for washing your hair, let it soak in. Yeah, I've seen it clear up really bad fungus on my cousin's feet, who's autistic. His mother went away a few years ago, and he stayed with me for a couple of weeks. And he took off his socks and go, what the? It was his feet were so bad, I don't know how he was walking. Right away, I got some of the pulp from the wheatgrass, because I was juicing it every day back then. And I made a pail for him, threw it in, and I let him soak for every day for about half an hour, 45 minutes. And by the end of the week, there was no sign of the fungus. It completely healed. Completely.
Okay, but it healed from the outside, probably not the inside problem.
You got to understand how herbs work. Grass is another herb, you know. They're drawing, they're pulling out things that your body doesn't need. You know, I've seen another friend of mine who fell down, cracked his top of his eyebrow open, bad cut. So we put the wheatgrass poultice. In a week, you can barely notice it was there. And then he, not long after that, completely healed. I've used it for many, many different things. That's why if you got hemorrhoids, you got anything, any cuts, whatever, just grab some grass, chew it, make a poultice, put it right on the cut, change it twice a day. It's an amazing herb, the grasses, and they're everywhere. You can get grasses anywhere. You know, the long ones that you'll see the dogs and the cats eat that once in a while. But there's I think there's was it 4,000 or 9,000 varieties of grasses on the planet? It's crazy amount of grasses. You know, drinking a shot here and there, it's okay, but I like using them other ways more so. But yeah, you can use that as a wash, let it soak in, and see if that helps. But check your scalp, Cynthia, if you got new hair growth, just little stubbles. Even if you have to get somebody with a magnifying glass or take a photo of it, and do that, massaging your scalp. You know, these are the things that we go along. Have you done any other master fast since what did you do, 100 days, I think you did? What are you eating? That's one question I have to ask.
Okay. I've been doing a lot of sprouts. My body has really been craving sprouts like crazy. I've been doing seaweed, rolling up like vegetables, and just I gravitate to the sprouts lately. So
are you
that
growing your own?
Huh?
Are you growing your own?
No, I'm getting them from the store. I'm being lazy. I've been doing a lot of traveling because right as soon as my fast ended, within about a week. Then I went to Ireland for 2 weeks, and I went to Florida for 2 weeks, and I came home for 2 weeks, and then I just was in Denver for 10 days. So I've really had to get what I can get from the store. But now that I'm home and my garden has been getting watered, although it's tons of weeds, I've got lots of cucumbers and tomatoes, and my watermelons aren't ready, but I've
But you're still doing fruit, I assume.
I'm still doing some fruit. I've been doing some watermelon, mostly, and a few apricots and stone fruits and that kind of stuff. And
How long ago did you change your diet into basically vegan raw
well,
food?
4 years ago in June was when I went completely vegan. I had been vegetarian for a lot, but I still did some eggs, and I still did some goat cheese because I thought that was better than regular cheese, but no differently now. It's still an acid in the body. But so it was 4 years that I went vegan. And then 3 months after that, because I went to the Woodstock Fruit Festival 4 years ago in August, is when I realized that being raw was pretty easy. So I'm about 80-20. I do mostly raw, but sometimes I do some cooked vegetables in a social situation.
Yeah. So just stay focused. It would be better if you can grow your own sprouts, especially if you grow them with ocean water. It's just like night and day difference to quality. That's what I was doing. I was growing all my sprouts and grasses with ocean water, and the shelf life is over 3 weeks.
Do you sell that Gans water? Like,
oh, you can use the Gans as well. No, I don't sell the Gans.
You don't sell it like already made?
No, I just don't.
I've tried watching the videos. I'm just not.
Yeah, I mean it's very easy to make. You can make it.
Is it?
Quite easy.
Yeah, but if you just get yourself some ocean. Are you near the ocean?
I'm about 2 hours from like the San Francisco Bay. I don't know how clean it would be. That's been my kind of issue.
You know any fishermen?
No.
You know some fishermen. That's why I'm asking you.
I know somebody that drives a ferry back and forth. But
yeah, they can get you some water when they're way out there.
I guess I could ride the ferry.
Bring a pail and fill it up. You don't want to get water from the shorelines. You want to be way out, away from land.
Yeah.
Clean water, and you can use that. Just keep working at it. Have you planned your next master fast, or you plan any mini options, or are you still dry fasting?
I've been doing some 24-hour, but I don't know. I haven't been able to push myself to 72 just with all the travel. But yeah. I am planning in the fall that I'm going to jump in and do another. I don't know how long. I just figure we'll see. I know I really struggled the last 10 days of the 100 days that I did. I really started doing a lot of like the broth and things like that. And that's what because I know I just thought I'd seen other people that didn't make to 108. And I was like, how could they not go to 108 when you're that close? And then, but I realized that the broth, I just kept wanting that broth, that cooked broth. And the last 10 days, I was doing a lot of that. And my body just said, you're done, just be done. And I didn't have anything to prove. I felt like, when the time came and I was ready to try it again and jump in and do the 108, it'll happen. So, yeah, but in the fall.
It's a huge achievement, 100 days. It's
not,
no.
I know.
Have you done any other type of fasting before?
Well, I did a lot of 10-day juice fasts, and then I did a year before I did an 18-day, and then I did a 23-day last year, and I did a 60-day last year. So I was doing the modified pretty much from the end of my 60-day last fall. I kind of was doing the modified master fast where I was drinking the juice all day, and then I was doing a salad and some tea and stuff at night for more social reasons during the holidays and stuff like that. And so, So I really want, because I've planted so much in my garden, I want to eat stuff out of my garden for the summer. Once my watermelons are all gone, and I figured then in the fall. I know some people go, how can you do it in the winter? I'm like, it's easy, because then I'm not looking at all this wonderful, sown fruits and different things and hanging off the tree. And I had to freeze my persimmons last year, but they're still in my freezer. And but I want to be able to eat all these. I've just been watering my garden and just eating tomatoes like right out of the garden, because they're just so yummy.
Oh, yeah.
You just can't buy them at the store like that. And this year was the first time I actually grew all my tomato plants from seed and all my cucumber plants from seed. And my cherry tomatoes are huge. They don't even look, because I grew them all from seed. They're not even like the ones that when you usually buy like a tomato plant and you bring it home and stick it in the ground. It's totally different when you do it from seed.
Of course. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. Stay focused. You've been going through some stressful situations with your son passing, and now traveling and stuff. Any kind of stress also adds to hair loss.
Hair loss, yeah. I'm still working with my mom too, and she, she wants to stick with just the juices, the green juices, the fresh. And I this week just started getting her to take a little bit of the juice of the lemon and grape. Do you think that she'll still get some detox, just even if she's having a cup or two of that with the green juices? Because she just still feels like it's too sweet. It hurts her stomach. I tried doing the lemonade kind of thing with her, like with the maple syrup. That hurt her stomach. I mean, it just seems like anytime I put anything sweet in, that
whenever we see people complain about the sweetness, it just shows they're backed up more. That's all it is. Because as it's going in, it's stirring things up, and it gives you the impression that it's too sweet. The body's kind of wanting to reject it. It's the mind wanting to reject it, but it's actually doing work. So if she has the first thing of the day, whenever time that she has her first drink or whatever, have a cup of the grape lemon, and then do the rest of what she's doing. It's going to help her. That'll get the things moving. That's why we have the hybrid, so you can do the juice and then do the meal at the end of one meal. But if she wants to throw in a green juice, it'll just slow things down. If she's eating, slow it down and move a lot more. But hey, there's nobody's in a race. Just take it one day at a time. See how.
Putting a little bit more lemon inside in the juice, it makes it less sweet.
Yeah, but you take away the power when people increase the lemon.
Yeah, it's 1 to 3 lemons, so maybe do 3.
Yeah, but if she's gonna drink like a glass or But you can mix a lemon. You can add a grapefruit. You can change the taste around it. It'll help. But the sweetness, definitely, when people complain about that, they're backed up. I've seen it over and over. In a few cases, they weren't drinking enough, and they got so backed up, they started getting the heaves because the body couldn't release. They're not drinking enough. They're so dehydrated. And it just, I had to get them, go get a colonic now and start drinking more juice because, you got to get things moving. Drink some prune juice. So this is where we've upped the protocol to anybody who's not done at least 40 days mass fast to drink 2 liters a day because they need that flushing. There's people are so backed up. It's incredible. So we're learning as we go. The more you fast, the cleaner you get, then your body gets more and more into a hydrated state. You'll be able to do a master fast with less juice, but not the first one. No way. You'll get into trouble like the few people I had to help. Kind of almost emergency situations. They were drinking too little, less than a liter, some of them. And because less is more, but you're gonna get to that point. Right now we're starting the race here. and we're walking one step at a time. We're not running to win. We want to finish the race. We don't want to win. It's okay. As long as we finish, we're fine.
Oh, good.
So,
Yeah, I was thinking that at least giving her a little bit every day would
Yeah.
help,
Yeah.
no matter what, even if it wasn't all day.
Like the stuff we're seeing, everybody always thinks that we're missing stuff. All the problems start getting resolved on the fast with almost, nothing. So we need to have a look at things differently. We don't need anything out there. It's always about subtraction, never about addition. If you remember that simple phrase, then and you make it part of you, you'll every time you think, oh, maybe I'm missing. Oh, no, it's not missing. I need to remove some obstructions that's causing the tissues, glands, lymphatic system, organs, blah blah blah, not functioning properly, because we are the same principles as the operation of the universe. And I don't see the planets and the stars eating and drinking. And they work perfectly, and they have been, and they continue to work, just like the sun. And we are just so ingrained that we believe we need. And we have to change that belief system because it's the furthest thing from the truth. Always look to the universe for our answers. Nature has some of the principles of the universe, but it falls under the universe principles. So when you're looking at nature, we're limited to matter state. That's why we have to go to the universe. This is where, the people who want to bash cooked juice, they just don't want to have that understanding. That's okay. We're going to the stars. They're staying stuck in this plane.
is she doing also the herbs and
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've had her on the herbs. We continue on the herbs, and
Continue.
but we just kind of
the plasma pudding?
Yeah, that's kind of on and off. At times she wants it, and other times she doesn't want it.
Okay.
And so today I gave it back to her again. It's just
keep her on some green juices a little longer, because that'll cool things down. It'll cool the acids.
I've been stretching her. I have her sunbathing too, and at least 30 minutes a day. And then the last 2 days I stretched her to a whole hour. She's always covered herself up head to toe, and I'm like, the sun is your friend. Oh, I just burn. I don't have your skin. I'm like, you don't understand. I said, the sun is your friend. And so I think she's starting to see that she's not going to burn. She's not going to get, but my whole life, my mother's been a hat, sunglasses, hiding herself, away, like, oh, I'm going to burn, I'm going to freckle, I'm going to have issues. I'm like, no, you're not.
What
is she doing enemas, colonics and stuff?
Yeah, enemas. Enemas. She will and as a matter of fact, she'll ask for it if I haven't done it for her in a day. I always set it up for her with just some baking soda, just something very neutral. It's just so hard because you're going against some beliefs, and it's like,
yeah, I know.
And every single time, like when I give her some juice to drink, if she feels weak, it like bumps her up, and she's like, wow. And I said, yep.
You can try if she's having a problem drinking the juice, do the enemas with the grape lemon.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, maybe do one to flush some water, and then do the second. See if she can hold as long as she can. See if she can tolerate it that way. It's a powerful cleaner either way.
Yeah, no.
Water, you can do it straight, whatever.
She's also eating?
No, we've pretty much I'd say since June. I mean, it's kind of been on and off her weed juice, and then she'll want to eat a little bit. And so 3 days prior to this, because we were in Denver, and she was acting really, really weak. And so I did give her a little bit to eat before we, like a meal for like the last 3 days. And then today, now I have her back just juicing again.
What does she eat when she eats?
She craves avocados.
So
yesterday I gave her some of the fresh tomatoes out of the garden with some avocados. I would have preferred cucumbers, but she was like, I want the avocado. So even today when I said, okay, I'm going to make you the veggie soup, and I said, that's going to be your dinner. And she's like, no avocado. I was like, no. I said, I let her have them for 3 days just so we could travel, because I know a lot of it's in her mind about how weak she feels, because I'm like, because I see her, she'll seem fine, but there is a mental thing behind it.
Yeah, one step at a time. Just have the patience, and everything will be fine. What's her age?
81.
Oh, okay, she's up there.
But she's eating mainly fruits and vegetables, right? Basically.
Oh yeah. We've done different, like I've done some watermelon and lemon with her. We've done some grape, just uncooked grape and lemon juice. I pretty much put lemon in just about everything right now. We're doing cucumbers out of the garden with some lemons, and that seems to satisfy her, like I said. But she was looking forward to the avocado tonight, and instead I made her the soup with the tea, and with a little bit of ginger in it, for like just a little bit of flavor added to it and stuff. So.
Oh yeah, the flats taste amazing. They're so satisfying and numbing. They just
I know.
Forget about everything.
I have to admit, I myself have indulged in a few half an avocados lately.
Yeah, once in a while,
I know.
no big deal. But if you start doing it, weekly, and then it comes daily, you get into the routine.
You feel the difference, right?
Oh yeah, I know. It's a lot heavier in your system, most definitely. Yeah.
All right, so I think
Thank you.
You're welcome. Matthew's asking if we're open for Q&As. You got a question, Matthew? Do you unmute yourself? Is he still on?
Yes, sir. Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Turn this light on. I was gonna let you know about hydration. You was telling everybody about hydration, how that you cannot rehydrate at a cellular level with just water. And I was gonna show you. I got one of these water machines. I don't know if you can see it here. Let me turn this light on. I drank one of these whole things right here, and it didn't do anything. I drank one of these.
What is that?
Let me pull it out real quick. Yeah, I got one of these. Can you see that? With the lemons. I drank half of that after a night of drinking, and with lemon, and I was fully hydrated.
You mean alcohol?
It's the ultimate hangover cure. Yeah, just drinking that with the lemon.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, and I was gonna tell you, yeah, you started about that. Also, I was gonna tell you that my mom called me yesterday, and she told me that she doesn't want to live because she got she had one of them angioplast things or something where they went in to find out whether or not they could put stents in her heart veins.
Mm-hmm.
And then she called me and told me yesterday that she has a 98% blockage, and
wow.
she doesn't want to live. So I was just gonna say that the little prayer you say where you say just God lift her soul or lift her spirits. If you could say that prayer for me or for her, if you could do that for me, because I mean, I'm not gonna break down because I know this is being recorded, but I mean, yeah. What do you say? God lift her spirits, because you can't tell her nothing. I told her, I said, well, what about this? I told her, I said, what did I say? Do you think that you'd listen to another naturopath other than me or just anybody else? And she goes, oh well, my sister's friend or something told me about something about eating vegetables and you could do this stuff with beets and stuff. And I'm like, you don't need vegetables, but I can't tell her that. She don't care. She don't care. Anyway,
it's tough when we
yeah.
have
So just God live her spirit. I guess she said she doesn't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
And that's pretty. I was so upset. So yeah, I drank a little beer today. But anyway, I was gonna let you know, no more cheating for me. I told you last time on the video that I ate some fish or something. No, I'm done. I'm going straight vegan, and I was gonna tell you next time you get a somebody on the video that tells you that they're gonna freaking do the master fast for 3 days and then tell you that, oh well, I just couldn't do it because my adrenal glands were like
it's okay.
screwed up or something.
Don't worry about
Do you know?
it.
Don't you know it takes more than 3 days to heal your adrenal glands?
A little bit more.
Because I suffer from anxiety.
Yeah, it
Do you
takes
know
a
what I'm
little
talking
bit.
about?
Well, let's
Okay,
you know,
okay, I can't really hear you.
you can't hear
Yeah,
me.
man, just yeah. I'll mute myself now. But that ticked me off. How the hell somebody gonna come on your video and tell you that oh well, you know, the master fast didn't work for me because I did it for 3 days and I suffer from adrenal gland weakness or something. I don't know, man. That shit just pissed me off. Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's okay.
All right.
People
All right.
will make all kinds of claims and so on and so forth, and we're showing people by results. We don't need PhDs. We don't need the science lab tests. We don't need any of that stuff. We're just doing it. Who cares what people say? For your mother, you know, I'm really sad when somebody in her family is going through these things and they're just tunnel vision. They're not going to listen to anything. All we can do is elevate her soul to peace, balance, and correct conduct. That's all we can do, my friend. And, you know, by doing that, hopefully the soul can, you know, carry on and expand when it reaches the other side, because that's their journey. That's their journey. And, you know, we can't interfere with the soul's free will to make those choices. It's sad, but we can't interfere. We can only suggest things, and hopefully, you know, it turns on and they make a change. But most of the times, it just doesn't happen. I've seen so many people, family members, drive people to their death, forcing them back into hospitals situations, trying to, you know, for somebody trying to get in to a master fast or whatever other kind of natural healing, and the family went totally against, forced these people back to the hospitals, gone in weeks or months, really quickly. So you know, those souls have to live with the choices they've made through their ignorance. The information's there for everybody. People choose to be ignorant, and that's okay. Who are we to judge? We don't have all the answers, and we don't know the purpose of these, all the different souls, their experiences, why they're here. We just don't know. But all we do know is that everything's possible and everything can be turned around, and we're doing it.
All right, man. I appreciate it, Gino. And I was gonna tell you that one other thing I just found. I don't know. What do you call it? A download from the universe. That you think you know all this stuff about cash and all this stuff. You can't wait till we get to the other side and you see all the advanced technologies that everybody else has. All you call them aliens or whatever. We ain't got nothing on them. Yeah, we can't wait, dude. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. All the advanced technologies that the other aliens and stuff have is so far advanced. So
yeah, I'm gonna tell you one thing, man.
Yeah, I was just telling you that. I mean, I know cash is cool as hell, but anyway. All right, I was just letting you know, okay?
Yeah, the technologies are so advanced compared to maybe what we have here, but nothing is more advanced than creation itself, which is soul, our soul. We have everything we need to do what we want, to be where we want within the soul structure. We don't need anything else. We don't need any physicality. Physicality is in the dinosaur age compared to what the soul is at. You know, as far as technology you want to put it, you know, it's primitive. It's Just think about when you go to sleep, where do you go at night? You can be anywhere you want instantaneously. And that's what I'm talking about, to be able to do that consciously in physical or non-physical form. And I know and I believe that that's a possibility, and that's what we are working towards bringing and the awareness to humanity on the soul level. So, we are not stuck in this state, being entrapped and eating and all this crap. This is all enslavement to myself, because we have the universe, which is unlimited and continuously expanding. This is very, very small little experience. We're here to play, to have some fun in this matter state, but there's so much out there, so many different universes. It's infinite. We can't even comprehend. It's continuously expanding in all directions, outwards and inwards. How can we comprehend that? I don't know. I can't. We can think about it, but it's not comprehensible at thinking with it in the mind. It's just not. Once you get into the long dry fast, you'll come to states of being that are difficult to explain and put in words. I've felt it. Gabrielis is on there. He's talked to it a little bit about it. You come to a feeling where absolutely zero desires. And I've never, ever felt that in my life before until I got into the long dry fast. That's a feeling of total freedom. Total freedom. And it's amazing. How can you explain that unless you experience it? Absolutely no desires. That's where we want to be. You don't need anything. You're happy being in this little square box. Doesn't matter where you are. That's the state you want to achieve. And then what else are you going to do but want to be in service to others, to be able to hopefully spark some awareness in them so they can go to these levels. And this is how we're going to achieve peace on this planet. Because once you have no desires, what's the reason to have any conflict and wars and all that garbage? You don't need anything. You're totally satisfied. Any more questions from anybody? Let me see if there's somebody wrote anything.
Now you're talking.
Peter and Lynn, yeah, if you have anything to say, you guys are staying up late.
Kim, I have a question.
Peter and Bree, you got Lynn on there on your Zoom. You got to unmute yourself.
Join you tonight and just check in with you all because it's been a little while.
Awesome.
But just wanted to participate and add our energy since the evening or the afternoon, and yeah, join in.
Yeah, change the name on your Zoom to Bree.
Kim, I have a question for you. Before you started Massive Fast, what was your diet like? Because you seem like you. Okay.
No. That was when I was a kid. I started actually. I started drinking green juices, something like 8 years ago, daily green juices with a lot of curcum, with a lot of ginger and the other, and yeah, the small red carrot look-alike thing, and a lot of parsley and a lot of coriander in it. And that was probably doing already a lot of detoxing without that I realized it. But then when we moved here and I started to have these stomach issues, I felt stuff moving around there. So I actually was living serious. I didn't eat no bread. I was eating no fruits. I was drinking teas, no milk products, no meat, no fish, nothing. I was just eating some baked potatoes, sweet potatoes, some red onion, and a little bit of garlic that I used to put in the oven. That was what I was eating. And I was doing like a minimum of 8 enemas, lemon enemas a day.
Whoa.
So that was
Yeah.
like more mucusless, basically, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I felt amazing, really amazing. And it's amazing that, let's say, sometimes people say it after they finish with the master fast, they get cravings and they start to eat things that they weren't eating a long time before. So after the first one, that actually happened to me also, because you kind of, your body comes in such a good state suddenly that you actually forget. It's like being in labor, you know. If people wouldn't forget the labor pain, they wouldn't bring more children. So you actually forget about it. And my parents were here, and I went with them to the restaurant, and I was like, I always was like a dough person. I like dough in any form, in pancakes, pita, bread, you name it, any dough. So I actually went back to eating kind of ravioli with sweet potato inside. Not so much with cheese, but I actually went back to that, and also eating some bread. Although it was brown bread, I could actually feel, in a few days, I could feel my joints starting to hurt. I could feel mucus, I could. It's amazing how the body is responding immediately.
They're
And
also addictive, right? So you can overeat them easily.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, so every master fast, even though later was much shorter ones, it all the time cleared out something else. Like for some time, I don't know if it was the third or the second one, I used to crave avocados. Really, I used to eat one avocado a day, even if it was with salads, and I didn't eat. I was almost only eating fruits and vegetables, mainly raw. But I still had this craving, and I don't have it anymore. I don't crave, not even nuts. I don't crave no fats anymore. If I'll have something that like I feel like I would like to eat, so it will be tahina. I would like some tahina, but not. I used to, for some time. I think it was the last the last master fast. I used to, no, not the last one. Sorry, the one before, the third one. After that, I used to eat only fruits and raw salads. Before I had my teeth done, I was eating only raw, and then I used to put some, raw tahina on my salad. Like this was my dressing with a little bit of lemon. But now I don't have it anymore. If I want to eat something, it will be a little bit of tahina, but then it's already mixed with water and lemon, not pure anymore. But but that I want to say about the avocado, when your body becomes so clean, if I'll eat avocado, which I am not, but if I would eat it, I would see it immediately. I would get soft gallbladder stones instantly. It will be soft bile stones instantly. It's crazy when you see that. You can imagine what it's doing to people's ducts from just eating avocado.
If I eat a whole avocado, I'll have mucus in the morning. Right away. I'll have stuff in my eyes. And my body's too very, very sensitive for this stuff.
I get pain in my gallbladder area. If I will eat something with fat, I will get immediately pain there, immediately. But I don't crave it anymore.
Yeah.
So
durian is much less fat than avocado, but it's still a higher fat. And if I can do that a little bit. If I overdo it even in durian eat it for several days in a row, that'll catch up as well.
I don't have access to durian here. It's a good thing, I think.
You guys got dates. Who needs durian?
Exactly. Yeah, they are the best. These medjool dates, you buy them frozen, and they never get frozen. They are always soft, but they are. It's like the best. But also this, I don't crave it anymore. They had sometimes, I don't know, after my third fast, I used to eat it daily, like 8. Now I don't buy them. I don't buy them anymore. If I'll eat them, so I'll eat 2 or 3, but I don't crave it anymore, which I'm actually happy. I don't have food cravings anymore. I just want to drink. I see myself being a liquidarian, so
yeah.
I just like the feeling of not having something solid. And while I'm on the master fast, it's kind of hard on me eating the pudding, even if it's only one spoon. I feel it going in my in my digestive tract. I feel it passing in my colon, and I just
Yeah, but very important.
Yeah, I this is why I'm eating it. But yeah,
So for 2 years before the massive fast, you did fruits and vegetables, or mainly vegetables?
No, many vegetables, but I was still eating milk products before the master fast. I came to the master fast in when I did my first master fast was in October. So a few months before, I was still eating milk products.
Ah,
yeah.
But otherwise it's vegan. Everything.
No. I was eating meat, but never much. I was maybe eating some soup with chicken in, or I was never a meat eater. But I wasn't vegan for animal rights or something like that.
What about the grains? You were having grains?
I was eating bread, regular. I was eating bread. I was eating rice.
Big change. So you really have changed your lifestyle.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah, I feel I know why I'm not eating it. I know it physically.
You feel it.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you looked at old pictures of yourself compared to now?
I don't need to look. I don't have a picture before and after, but I know since I came here and I started doing the enemas, and I wasn't fat or something. I'm 1.69 meters, and I think when we moved here I was 62, and now I'm 51 kilos. I'm 51 kilos. Mm-hmm. If I'll go on a diet, it will be instantly 50 and
11 kilos.
Yeah, 25 pounds.
Yeah, I feel very light. I feel amazing. I have a lot of muscle. So all this bullshit about that some people are spreading now, it's bullshit. I'm not working out. I'm not doing no lifting, nothing.
The fat goes away.
I have a lot of muscles in my legs also, very muscled, very.
Or when the fat dissolves, you see the muscles better.
Yeah, it's
underneath.
I actually like it. I like it. You see actually the true body. This is what I say all the time when people are saying, people are saying sometimes, if I didn't see them in a long time, oh, you're too skinny. 100 years ago, everybody was like us. Everybody was like us. You know who was fat? The rich people who were eating white bread and a lot of meat.
Yeah.
The poor people, they were skinny like us. This was the standard. So it's people have they need to start to look at things differently. But I feel very good. I like my light feeling. I can actually wear shorts of my 10-year-old twin boys.
Yeah, most people are walking around inflamed, even a little bit. You see, it's inflammation. They're holding on to excess waters, and so on and so forth. And that's what happens when you go into an imbalanced state. The body starts holding on.
And they say it looks healthy. Like I have
what?
Well, we're used to that. Look.
I have lost a lot of weight on the master fast, and then I gained it especially when I ate and when I didn't eat properly, like I ate from outside and stuff like that. I inflamed. And people who know me see me, they're like, "Oh, you look much healthier now." And I'm dying.
All inflamed.
I'm so inflamed and swollen, and it doesn't feel good. And they think I look perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we put too much emphasis in the physicality.
Even I think I look good when I'm inflamed. It's like crazy. No, seriously.
This is what we're used to.
I'm like, even I think this way. Of course, other people are gonna think the same way. It's my body, and I feel horrible and inflamed. But it looks, I look chubbier here when I eat not the best food.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I lose weight in my face, and
yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it, but I'm not used to it, especially when it happens fast.
It's once we resolve everything, it comes back, but it's a different look. You know, when we start these changes, this lifestyle, we're gonna look thinner than what we should be, but eventually it balances out and you fill up a little bit.
Yes, but now it's staying like that. I came when I started my first master fast. I was 58 kilos.
Wow.
And then I went to 55, and I got back. Let's say to then I went to 55. Then I went back to 57, and then another master fast. I went to 53 during the master fast, and then I went back to 55. But now it's staying around 51, 52. Doesn't matter what I eat. Well, I'm not eating much, but I'm staying like that, and I feel very good. I wouldn't want it any different. And actually, I'm not, I mean, I don't believe so much in blood results because I do believe that when you make blood results, there is a lot of things that doesn't show. But if there is something bad, so it will show. And I'm not lacking anything. They said I have a little bit anemia, but because I'm not eating meat, so it's normal. And it's not very much minus. So it just proves.
Meat eaters they have more meat eaters that are anemic than vegetarians. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean,
has nothing to do with the meat.
I don't believe
it's you know, anemia. You go back to obstructions, and you know, once you.
It's just the small intestines totally blocked up. If they are blocked up, you're not going to absorb nothing from your food. It's as simple as that.
Blackstrap molasses.
Yeah, has 20% of your daily needs in 1 tablespoon.
But again,
yeah, I have that. I don't like it so much.
we're always, you know, looking to add, which is not the solution.
No.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Kim, I'm picking up on your energy, and it's really, really clean. And I like your little lamp thing you got back there. That's really cool. But I was gonna tell Rana,
yeah,
Gina's wife or whatever, that
partner,
that I seen the difference between whenever because she was talking about how her face got really slim or whatever, and then all of a sudden it came back. It just reiterates what you said, you know, about hydration. Because if she's doing the same thing she always said she was doing, which is 6 days on, 1 day off, it just reiterates what you're saying about hydration, about the master fast, about how you can do master fast for 6 days and you can eat, and then yeah, I could tell it, because from one Zoom meeting to the next meeting, I could see it, and I even told her that on a messenger. I was like, I could see the difference. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
You understand that? How you're telling me about how hydration works at a cellular level? Hello?
Yeah.
At a cellular level, you told me that master fast works like a sponge. It squeezes out, and then you rehydrate, and then on Sunday, I guess she ate food, and then whatever. I don't know. All I can tell you is that I can see the difference. Okay?
Well, yeah.
You don't have to believe what I'm telling you. Just do it and see what happens. That's what we're showing. You know, people are doing it. There's a couple of people measured their hydration during master fast, and it went up, and that's amazing. You know, within a few months, it could take a few years for some people to get completely hydrated. Most people are 20 to 30% dehydrated at the cell level. Last time I measured myself, I think I was 8% dehydrated, and I'm way above average.
How do you measure that?
There's a scale that measures your fat. What do you call those scales? And then there's a formula you do. I don't know how accurate it is, but they're at least it's a guide to show you it's moving in one way or the other way. So, but most people are 20, 30% going by that. So, you know, who really cares? Just stick to the system, and your body will adjust itself.
By the way, I don't rehydrate anymore with coconut water. I don't like it.
It's too heavy.
Bringing too much cravings.
Yeah, it's a food.
Yeah.
It's okay occasionally. Like I like as an option when we
Yes, exactly.
fast to just have one of those. You know, it helps out after we do our bubbly. You know, because we got to take it slow, and you know it helps. But you know, the more you guys drive fast, the more you keep practicing it, the more you're gonna love it, and eventually we'll come to a point after a few years, several years, that eating will be something that we can choose to do or not choose to do. That's what it needs to be, and it's whenever. It doesn't have to be daily. It could be weekly or every few weeks, whatever, or you can never touch it again. This is what the goal, to be in total control of that. And it may take a while going back and forth, banging your head, and it's okay. It's okay. You know, getting people jumping in from whatever diets, bad diet, or whatever raw food is, and having challenges coming out of it. It's no big deal. You're in training. You're in training, and get up, start again, refocus, get into the mini options, go back and forth, breaking and eating, so you learn how to do that properly, and just keep going, keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was just letting you know. I'm sorry. What the lights are on? Because I just noticed the difference between the last Zoom meeting and then the other one, and I was like, you know, because she looked, she was complaining about work. She said that, and, you know, people won't let her. She doesn't want to the people won't come to her for work because they think she's too thin or some crap, whatever, man. Anyway, so I was looking at
Can I say something?
She was like, yeah, and if you're doing the same thing like you say you're doing,
Well,
like you say you're doing, you're like, you know, 6 days on, 6 days off. 6 days on, and then you do 1 day off. And I was like, God damn, she's perfect. You're perfect. Your face fills up, and so it just reiterates what you say, Gino, about hydration. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Okay.
Matthew, can I tell you?
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Matthew.
All right, Matthew.
One thing, I've been eating a few days in the past 2 weeks, so I've been eating more. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So it's
okay. Well, whatever. I was just telling you from like, but this was like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, I know.
From the one Zoom meeting to the next. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave it alone then. Whatever. All right.
We're over the 2-hour mark here. Mark Martin has asked, hey Gino, I found that when I eat cooked soup at night, it digests way better than solid cooked food. And soup compared to, yeah. So are you doing that as broth and not using the fiber, Mark? I'm not 100% clear what you mean. Anyway.
How are you cooking your food? Are you in the soup? So you're boiling.
Are you able to speak? Are you able to write?
Boiling the vegetables.
Peter and Lynn have to leave. It's getting late for them. Kim, do you have any last words?
I'm totally awake now, but
it's what time is it there?
4:11 a.m.
Whoa, you're really late. Okay, whoa.
But yeah, my husband is home, so thank God he will be with the kids.
Okay.
Thank you so much for saying.
Bye. Lovely to hear from your experience, Kim. Very nice, lovely stuff. You're really beautiful progress, and very inspiring. Lovely. Thank you so much.
You're so clear, and you look so beautiful and shiny too.
Thank you. You too. You look way different than in the picture, than in your profile picture.
Okay.
Yeah.
Night night.
Night night.
Bye.
All right, Peter and Bree, good night. So, any last words, or we call it a night? It's over 2 hours.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask something to Rana. How much time do you advise a person that is going dry? How much time he need to rehydrate before you're doing a colonic?
Well, just like the enemas, a few hours is in the protocol. After
And
hydration.
anything under 5 days.
For anything under 5 days. If you do more than 5 days, you want to wait for the next day.
You got to be careful.
But honestly, from my experience, I have done it after my last dry. I think it was my last dry. I did it a few hours after I broke my fast, and it was not easy. But then usually I do it like I break it in the morning and I do the colonic at night. And I think it's better to give it more hydration window. It makes it easier.
Yeah.
So I prefer to give it more time than just 2 hours. You know?
Yeah, I had somebody, and it was just 2 hours before, after a dry of 60 hours, I think she did. And I felt like the body is holding on too much.
Yeah. It's not the colonic as well won't be as comfortable as when you
No, it was good. It was very good, but I felt like the body was holding on to it. Like it was the belly felt like, you know, still full with water, and it wasn't taking it out good enough. Yeah. You know, I find it so, I cannot comprehend it that people's, of course, 108 days, like you call it now, it's how you call it again?
108
days? Scratching the surface, but now it's called again.
We changed the terminology. Opening the doors now.
Okay, so you need to know that for the last 2 years, the first year I did an average of 8 to 10 enemas a day. Only after 3 months I had my first colonics, and only after more than 1.5 years I started to do my course in colon hydrotherapy. And then I did for 4 months on top of the daily enemas. I did for 4 months weekly a colonic. We treated each other, and it's unbelievable how much is coming out. So I can, after doing so many enemas a day, I mean, I used to go to the toilet 3 times a day. I never had constipation problems.
You know, my experience with the weekly master fast, I eat Sunday, and then Monday morning I do the colonic, and it's great because it really removes the cravings. If you have cravings in the morning because you ate the day before, no cravings after colonic. Just, you know, you don't want nothing after colonics, right? So it's nice. But my experience, the colonic, I had tons of waste coming out from one day of eating, and I wasn't eating nearly as much as I used to eat. Yeah. But 1 day of eating, tons of waste. Imagine, you know, if I eat every day. I mean, I can't. You know, I can't really remove it. You know.
Exactly. So this is what I say. Whatever we eat, it doesn't come out the day after. People think that because they see corn coming out and they see some maybe parsley or some salad coming out, but it doesn't come out the same day. It takes out way longer, because when poo is coming out from a person, not that he's cleaning every day, because I don't have solid poo because I'm doing, you know, daily at still now 4 or 5 enemas a day. So, but when a person is eating normally and is eating everything and is even going to the toilet 3 times a day, when your poo is stinky, it's because it's been so long in your colon. This is why it's stinky, because it's never stinky with me, never. It's crazy. And I believe that this is really how the digestive system works. You put food in, and it's pushing, you know, it's pushing to the other stuff, and then in the back it's coming out. Like it's making, you eating, it's making place for new stuff. And I think that this is how it's work with people that are eating all the time. I mean,
there's a lot of surface area from the whole GI tract, stomach, small intestine, colon, so much area.
It's crazy.
Is that what you do right now? Like you colon hydrotherapy? Are you working?
Well, I started treating people already, but because I don't have my own clinic, I'm treating people in the clinic where I had my course. Normally, we were supposed to move already now in the summer to closer to the sea, where I would open up a clinic. But since we are staying here another year, I don't know. It's stupid to open now a clinic and to move. So I'm going to contact clinics around here or small clinics, not specifically big practices, but like you, a small clinic that I can share hours with the colon hydrotherapist. Like I would bring my own people to treat in her clinic and then to pay a fee for using the machinery. But what?
Process. We lose the treat word.
Treatment.
Yeah, process. But I'm working twice a week. I'm working in a place for mentally retarded people, and it's just crazy. I the first time when I came there, I thought to myself, wow, God didn't put me here for nothing. Why exactly I need to come to this place to these people are eating, all their diet, they are getting medicated. The first thing that I noticed was the fungus on their toenails. They are constipated, they have belly pains, they have the most horrible smell from their breath, rotten teeth, you name it.
So they have a colon hydrotherapy for them?
No, but I thought in talking, I don't know. I don't know if there is money for it and if they are interested in it, because these people get medicated in the morning and they get medicated to go to sleep and to keep them calm. So I don't know if they would have interest in cleaning out their system.
But why would you be interested in that? Because, I mean, first of all, I think the lifestyle has to be different. They keep eating.
Exactly. I would want to make that difference, but I don't know if they are interested in that.
Yeah, but then
they can change these people's life with 30%. They can change their life.
Big time. They're just plugged up.
Yeah, but like you can't really. I wouldn't go with against the medical system or it's almost because they will have.
It's like it's Don Quixote work.
Yeah.
But if I would have my clinic, I already spoke to one family. If I would have my clinic here, I would just speak with the board to check if they know one family that are interested in working together. I would just treat them for free.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Just give them treatment for free and to advise them in a diet, and they would see themselves that this person would go out of autism and be normal.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It's crazy. I would do it. I would really do it. I'm talking to people in the supermarket. Sometimes, people ask me, what are you doing with all these grape juice? And then I'm speaking to them. It's like that. And where do you do? It's just like that. I'm a salesperson to whatever I'm believing in. I cannot sell something that I'm not believing in. So I don't need to fake it. I mean, people just come to me and
it's funny you mentioning that. Today I went to a health food store and I talked to the owner about the massive fast, because I bought the blackstrap molasses today for the first time, right? And he's like, I said, did you try it? Is it anything? And he's like, oh no, I don't like sugar. So I started talking to him about the carbs. He's I guess he's doing the paleo. So he doesn't have the sugar. So I started talking about the master fast to him. I gave him the name and everything. Exactly, yeah. Like I'm a salesperson too. If I believe in something, that's what I do. Keep talking about it to my neighbor as well. She sees me a few weeks ago or a month ago. She saw me and I was so thin. And she's like, if you need help, let me know. I'm like, what do you mean? I feel amazing. She's like, yeah, I know, but like, I'm still worried about you, and yeah, you should check your blood or whatever, right? And please knock on my door if you need me. I'm like, what do you mean? I feel amazing. I feel so good, and I don't know anybody who's doing anything healthier than what I do. What do you mean? It was so yeah. And then I gave her the name because she's interested. So.
But you know what I found? I also gave it to some people here where we live, but there is one couple and she's doing a few days in a month. She's drinking grape juice. And her husband did it the first time that she did it. Her husband did it with him, and he's drinking every day milk. As an adult, he's drinking every day milk. Anyway, I was surprised that he wanted to do that. That he wanted to do 3 days. He said, "I'm going to do 3 days."
Yeah.
In the third day in the evening, he started to have ear pain, like an ear infection. So he went to the doctor, and I saw him the day after, and he said, "Yeah, I start to have ear pain, and I had to stop. I went to the doctor, and I have an ear infection. I'm on antibiotics." I thought to myself, why?
Yeah.
It's like banging your head to the wall. I mean, they won't get it. They won't get it. They need to suffer first more and to go through a long way before they get there. Really.
Yeah, I never recommend people doing a juice fast, especially with the cooked juice. Never ever.
Yeah.
It's too much of a liquid Drano, too much power. It problems when the organs and glands are all shut down.
The mucus will come out anyway. If it's through the nose, through the ears, through his ass, the mucus wants to go out.
What is Mark Martin wrote?
I'm steaming potato and veggies, then blend veggies.
Okay. Potatoes, the sweet potato, regular potato. Potatoes are pretty binding.
And the best is to bake them, right?
Yeah, the steaming's okay. I like baked better. I believe it. The steaming, you're taking away from it. It doesn't do a complete conversion to the sugar of the starch like it does when you bake it. It holds everything more in. I believe atomically, you're using more heat too than steaming. It converts it much better to sugar than steaming.
But that's good. I mean, if he's having a good experience with the soup.
Jeanette, thanks so much. Kim, Sharon, good night.
Hi, Jeanette. Nice to see you. Jeanette is going to be on Zoom one day.
Yeah, awesome. All right, so call it a night. This is our Saturday night entertainment.
Thank you so much, Kim, for staying up late for us.
With pleasure. I'll look like a zombie tomorrow, but it will be okay.
Sunday morning for you.
Well, anyway, I'm on a dry, so it will be anyway better than if I would eat and everything. So
you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll be fine. Okay, good night.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for sharing your experience, and we'll see you on the board. On the page.
Love you. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, guys. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Love you.
Love you.
Ciao, Darcy. Love you.